Welcome back, everybody. It's League Gamer UK here, coming back at you with some more Madden Ultimate Team 25. I'm going to show you guys today how you can get your own 90 overall by most feared champion, just with fear points. So get your free champion. All you need to do is level up your fear. I've already used mine today. I've been trying to get hold of the Deebo Samuel card to upgrade my 49ers chemistry. So you can see at the top I've only got 130 fear left. I think I was sat at around 7k today, and I thought I would grind out the fear. It took me about an hour to get to the points I need, and I'm going to show you the easiest route to get that player. I'm just going to jump out into the catalogue just real quick, just to show you the players that you can actually get. So there are quite a few of them. If we go into the catalogue and we change the program to most feared, so you can see the champions are starting at 90. So you've got a Jamar Chase, wide receiver, a Antoine Winfield Jr. free safety, a Jalen Johnson cornerback, a Max Crosby left end, the card that I'm going for, the Deebo Samuel Senior wide receiver, the Nick Chubb halfback, the Patrick Ricard fullback, Jordan Poyer strong safety, Antonio Gates tight end, Demario Davis middle linebacker, Champ Bailey cornerback, Cam Chancellor strong safety, and then we've got Tom Brady 90 overall quarterback, and Will Shields, the Chiefs right guard. So, as I said before, I've done this set because I want to get this Deebo Samuel card. I'm working on my 49ers chemistry, but there are a few in here that I'd recommend. The Jalen Johnson cornerback would probably be the other one that I'd go for, or the Jamar Chase, just because they're positions of depth. If you really needed a quarterback, then you could probably go with the Tom Brady. Offensive tackles are always good. Nobody likes spending real coins or real money on right guards, so you could go for this Will Shields, especially if you're a Chiefs chemistry. The Champ Bailey would be another card I would look into. I'd always say avoid the running backs because you get a high churn rate with your running backs. You get quite a lot of cards that come out, and if you get a wide receiver, they can stay on your roster as well as a cornerback for quite some time because of those 5 spots. Generally, I would always say if you've got a theme team, I would always go with your chemistry option. For me, it just so happens it's also a position of depth, so it's a bit of a no-brainer for me to go for the Deebo Samuel. So what I'm going to do now is just give you some tips and advice on how best to grind this. So as I said, I'd not been optimal with my fear, so I was tracking behind a bit because there was one key thing that I missed out on doing that I'll show you while I'm going through this now. But there are various ways you can get fear. The first one I'm going to say, this is probably the most important one, but if you haven't been doing this, you probably haven't built up enough fear as of yet. But if you go into the most feared field pass and scroll to the bottom, you'll see that each day we get this daily tracker for the most feared. Mine's reset not long ago. I haven't done it yet, but as you can see, score an extra point with the most feared player in your lineup. This is daily, so I think at the moment we've had just over a week of most feared. So you'd have had 7 or 8 days of that 1,400 points. So this is the one that you should really be looking out for and doing, because it's a lot of fear for not much. As you can see, it's a single extra point. All you need is a most feared player in there. So make sure you do this. Hopefully you've been doing this and you already knew about this, so you might already have a good few thousand fear. As I said earlier, I only had 7,000 at that point, and the pack is 21, so I needed to get another 14,000 points. Still in the field pass, if you look here, you've got all these other challenges here that will give you a certain amount of fear. So it's really, really easy to earn. As you can see, I've already gone through a few of these. If I get another 45 stars, I get another 1,000. So just go through any of your field passes that you're really close to completing. The stats are normally the easiest ones, and as you can see, there's multiple tiers, like with all the other field passes for you to go up. But you can see there you get a total of 3,500 for your passing yards. Just going through the your general challenges and things. What you really need to make sure is you're meeting that quota for 2 most feared players. So always make sure you check your roster before you embark on this. There's nothing worse than going through these thinking that you're contributing to it, and you forget you've replaced one of your players and you've only got one. So always make sure you double check that. So that's the first tip, going through the field pass and the daily. The next thing is under challenges, obviously. Going through your most feared, I think there's 3 altogether. I've already done one of mine. Now this isn't for the faint of heart. They're not simple, just get rushing yards. A lot of these are multiple possessions, but the tip is to go through this one. You're going to get another 2,000 fear from this, but you're also going to get a couple of packs. So obviously I've earned all of these, but if you look at tier 1 and tier 3 there, you can see you've got the choice of an 82 overall or an 82 plus overall bind for tier 1. Tier 3 you've got an 82 plus overall or an 84 plus overall bind. Avoid the binds because they do not quick sell for very much. If you get the 82s from these, they're at least 945. So on that first pack, you're going to get 945. On the third pack, you're going to get at least 945, but you've also got a chance of hitting something higher. If you go with the binds, you're not going to be able to quick sell them for very much at all. I think it's like 250 or something. So you're tripling your fear that you're getting from those. I also got in that tier 5 in that most feared spooky pack, a 4,500 fear. So that was 4.5, 5.5, 6.5, 7.5, 8. I nearly got 8 or 9k just by doing this challenge. So this will be the first one, so the first set of challenges to do first. So I had about 7k, so add the 9, I was at 16k at this point, and then by the time I'd done my challenges, I was getting really close. So that's the next tip, is to make sure you do this Monster Stadium one. Now, it's going to take you a bit of time and it's going to get a bit sweaty because, as you can see, you need to lead by 6 points and you've got to make a 45-yard field goal. So to get all the points, you can't just kick, you can't just score the touchdown. You've got to actually have multiple possessions and stop them. The thing that's really sweaty about this is you don't get any timeouts, and it just adds to the pressure. It took me about an hour and a half to get through them, but eventually I went through and blitzed them. You can also go and do your other challenges. So here you can see you get some smaller fear. You get 500 fear, but you also get those same 82 packs. So you've got another 2.5 or 3. You've got about another 3k of fear to earn in this one, and then in the monsters one, similar drill. You've got about another 1,500 of fear. So this one isn't the best for fear, but the other thing to remember is while you're doing these challenges, you're also increasing your field pass. Now, the last thing is, if you've got any most feared players, as I said, if we just go to filter this by most feared, I don't really have many in my collection now just because I've sold them all. But if we have a look at this, so we've got here a Zach Sealer. He's a bind. I don't think I've upgraded him. So I should be able to see, or did I upgrade him? Let's have a quick look. Yeah, I did. I upgraded him. So I'm just going to refund this just so I can show you. And go back to the home screen for the player. And you will see this. Oh yeah, so he is an abound one, right? So an 84 will sell for 2,365 fear. If he was a bound card, and I'm sorry, I don't think I've got any bound ones because I must have just sold them, but they would only go for about 400 or 500. So never take the bind if you're trying to grind the fear, because you're not going to use. it's too far gone in the season for you to have a usable 82 unless you've just started, and you're probably better off just going for the non-bind to be able to maximise how much they sell for. So these guys are on my lineup at the moment: the Kishore Nixon and the Zach Sealer. I think the Luke Musgrave is a bind, and the Indomikong Su I can't sell, but yeah, trust me, guys. Do not go with the binds when you do those, and you'll hopefully hit that 21k. As I said, I was at 7k today, and after an hour of doing this, I had enough to get the champion. So I'm going to dive in now and open my Debo Samuel. As you can see, here's the pack in all of its glory. I didn't open it earlier after the grind. I thought I'd save it for this video so you can take a closer look at all of the players that's in there, and also the difference for the opening animation. So if you are opening other packs, you get a sneak peek on whether you've hit a champion or not. So as we go through, these will just be all the players that we've seen in the catalogue. So just to recap what I said before, my advice on these is to go with a wide receiver or a cornerback. If you're looking for a team chemistry, then combine it with that. That's definitely what I've done with the Debo card. He's not a bad card, and he's going to be improved to probably a 91 with the team chems. The only time I would take a quarterback is if you're, in this case, a Patriot or a Buccaneer, and you want your team's quarterback. He's gonna last for well into the next couple of months. I would have thought, a 90 overall will last you for a bit. I've still currently got the 89 Patrick Mahomes. So it's no point in me getting a quarterback, and anything other than sort of like a Joe Montana or a Steve Young. That's the only thing that would probably turn my head to get another quarterback now. But stick to the cornerbacks or the wide receivers. There aren't really any bad choices. I would say the Jamar or the Debo. And then obviously for cornerback, I think the best one is the Jalen Johnson. So if you do want a cornerback, and you're not worried about chemistry, go with the Jalen Johnson. Everything else is just best to avoid. Definitely don't go with the fullback, and definitely don't go with the Nick Chubb, because you get such a churn on running backs. He's probably not going to be on your team for that long before you're replacing him. I bought the Jordan Mason 49er the other day because there's again 3 spots on there. He's a power back as well, so the hope is with my purchase of the 49ers, I've got a power back. I'll get a better Christian McCaffrey later on, who will be a receiving back, and then depending on what happens, whether we get another elusive back or something else later on. Tight end isn't bad because again you've got 3 slots there, and if you run a lot of 3 tight end formations, goal line formations and things, it's nice to have that option of three pass catching tight ends that can sort of catch the ball. So, but for me, I'm going with the Debo. That's why I did it. That's what I've come here for. So I'm going to make my selection, and it's not bad for an hour's worth of grind. I think it's about an hour and 20 minutes, and I'm still going to collect Fear. I can only buy that pack once, so it is a bind, but that's why it's better to sort of go with the position of depth. So I'm just going to go into the lineup now, and we're gonna slot our new Debo Samuel in. So he's probably going to be replacing the De'Ami Brown. So we're going to pop him in just into this position first of all, and then we're going to move our team around. He should get 91. There we go. So we'll have a quick look at his stats in a minute. Obviously, he's going to be a wide receiver number 1. So we're going to replace him with the Drake London. Let's have a look. Hang on a minute. That wasn't what I wanted it to do. Right, there we go. There's the Debo. All right. So as you can see there, he's at a 91 speed with that chemistry. The Juwan Jennings we're going to replace with the Drake London. So Juwan Jennings now should be a last string receiver. And then we're going to do Stephon Diggs with Drake London. That's what I want to do. So we should be sitting pretty at wide receiver now. We've got... are we going to change him for Braxton, aren't we? There we go. So sitting pretty at wide receiver now. We've got a 91, 89, 89, 87 and 86. 49ers temp chemistry has gone up to 27. There's the Jordan Mason we got the other day. So we've got 49ers kitted out all the way at receiver now. And there's a Debo. We're just going to have a quick look at his player options. So let's have a look at his attributes. So as I said, he's a 91 speed, 91 jump, 90 catch in traffic, 92 special catch, short route 90, mid route 89, deep route 87. So he's a playmaker. So I think that is more the special catch. He's not the strongest, but it'd be good to have Debo in to run some of those design Debo Samuel runs that the 49ers playbook is designed around. I want to just have a look at his change of direction. So 87, that isn't bad. We're going to get another one of those if we hit 30, so he'll be at 88 if we get the next team update at, or if we already had change of direction. No, I think we've already got the change of direction. I think we get another acceleration next, if I remember right, because we're over 25. So what we're trying to do later is we're going to try and get the Jair Brown strong safety. So we'll have an upgrade there at 89. That will get us to 28. And then all we need is the one more 49er and the 49ers strategy card that we keep looking out for. So we're just going to have a quick look at that while we're here. Where am I going? So I'm just going to go into the auction house and have a look to see if we've got Jair Brown. He was listed for 110k earlier, and I probably should have picked him up. I think he's probably going to have risen. Okay, 115, so he's still a little bit high. Let's have a look if there's any. Okay, somebody just bid him. That one just closed. 7 hours. So we'll keep an eye open for that. We're not desperate to get that chemistry piece yet, but. So there you go, guys. Those are my tips for grinding your Fear to get your bind 90 overall champion from the Fear store. It's definitely worth doing, especially if there's a player in there that's going to fit your chemistry or fill a spot on your team. So if you do open this, let me know who you picked and why, and I'll catch you again in the next video. Bye for now.